Bihari. Just sing that.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Gopi Jana Balaba Giribaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Balaba Giribaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Giribaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Giribaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayana Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudirayat
Tato Jayamudirayat
Nasta Praeshu Vabhadreshu
Nishtapraeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki.
We're reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31, the last chapter and the last verse, text number 31. So chapter 31, text number 31. Etadya Shrinuyad Rajan
Etadya Shrinuyad Rajan
Rajnam Hariarpitat Atmanam
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Etadya Shrinuyad Rajan
Etadya Shrinuyat Rajan
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Gatir Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Etadya Shrinuyad Rajan
Etadya Shrinuyat Rajan
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat Etadya Shrinuyat Rajan
Etadya Shrinuyad Rajan
Rajanam Hari Arpitatmanam
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Etadya Shrinuyat Rajan
Etadya Shrinuyat Rajan
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Etadya Shrinuyat Rajan
Etadya Shrinuyat Rajan
Rajnam Hari Arpitatmanam
Rajnam Hariarpitatmanam
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Ayurdanam Yashaswasti
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Gatim Aishvaryam Apnuyat
Etat this
This
Ya
Ya
one who
One who
Shrinuyat,
Shrinuyat,
hears.
hears.
Rajan,
Rajan,
O King Parikshit.
O King Parikshit.
Rajnam,
Rajnam,
of kings.
Rajnam, of kings, yes.
Of kings.
Hari,
Hari,
unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Arpita Atmanam,
Arpita Atmanam,
who have given their life and soul.
Who have given their life and soul.
Ayu,
Ayu,
duration of life.
duration of life.
Dhanam,
Dhanam,
wealth.
wealth.
Yasha,
Yasha,
reputation.
reputation.
Swasti,
Swasti,
good fortune.
good fortune.
Gatim,
Gatim,
the ultimate goal of life.
the ultimate goal of life.
Aishwaryam,
Aishwarya,
material opulence.
material opulence.
Apnuyat,
Apnuyat,
achieves.
achieves.
Translation. O King, those who hear these topics about kings who are completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead obtain without difficulty a long life, wealth, good reputation, good fortune, and ultimately the opportunity to return home back to Godhead. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 31st chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Narada Instructs the Prashitas. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-jnana-shalakaya
Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhayeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here, Sukadeva Goswami is telling Maharaj Parikshit the benefit of hearing these pastimes about these great devotees. We heard about these different kings. It was told about the Prachetas and the Prachetas' father, Prachini Barishat. They were great kings. So it's nice to hear about them. We were hearing about how Narada Muni came there and delivered them. So Krishna consciousness is describing all these different devotees. Of course, Maharaj Parikshit, he is also a king, and he's preparing for death. So Narada Muni is telling him about kings. He wants Maharaj Parikshit to hear about kings who are very pious, who are very saintly. They're not just ordinary kings of the mundane world, but they're Rajashis. They're sages amongst kings. Amongst the kings, they're great sages. So there were wonderful kings like Janaka Maharaj. He was the father of Mother Sita. He was very great king. He was very charitable. He would give so much charity, and at the same time he was a Kshatriya, and sometimes he will fight. And there were kings like Kadvanga Maharaj, who fought for the demigods. And the demigods told him, you only have a moment left. So immediately he detached himself from everything, and he fixed his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, and he gave up his body, went back to God. And then there's kings like Dhruva Maharaj also, who was just, when he was just only 5 years old, he could go to the forest and he could meet God. So there are so many wonderful kings. And Lord Krishna entrusted the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita to these kings. In the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu. He said, I gave this knowledge to the saintly kings. Because when the kings have something, then the other people want it, right? We want to follow these great personalities. Oh, this king has got that. Oh, he's doing like, I want to do like that. So we follow. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tad tad evetarojana. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describes that the nature of people is to follow those people who are the leaders. So the Rajarshis, the saintly kings, they are the leaders of the society, and the people would follow them. So it's important to hear about them. When they're, especially when they're saintly, when they're great devotees, we want to hear about them. And Maharaj Parikshit is being told the benefit of hearing about these kings. That he said, you get long life, but Maharaj Parikshit's only got 7 days. He's not got a very long life. But you'll get good reputation, opulent, everything. So a lot of benefit is there, hearing. We need to hear about the devotees. We need to hear about these devotees. Material world, we like to hear about other people. There's news, it's a big business. The newspapers, people would read newspapers, internet, so much information is given about what's going on in the world. We hear about different people, movie stars, politicians, sportsmen, different people, and what are they doing? All sinful activities, you know. All eating, drinking, mating and defending. So it does not do us any good to hear these things. But when we hear about kings like Maharaj Yudhisthira and Maharaj Parikshit and Janaka Maharaj, these kind of kings, Nanda Maharaj, these are real kings, these are real Maharajas. They're kings of the senses. They're controlling their mind and senses, and they've dedicated everything for the service of Lord Krishna. So that's very glorious. And we need to hear these kind of topics. That's why we need to read books like Mahabharata and Ramayana. These books are very important for people. They've been read for generations and generations. People have been hearing Ramayana and Mahabharata. And by hearing from these books, then we hear about these great personalities. And we think how wonderful they were, how dedicated they were, how surrendered they were. We will want to follow their example. This is the idea. We want to follow the example of these great personalities. Mahajano yena gata sapanta. Follow in the footsteps of the Mahajans, the great souls. So we have to hear about the great souls. Then we will want to follow their example. The blind people follow the blind. Right? You follow a blind person and you'll go in the ditch. You will never reach destination. So we have to follow people who have clear vision, who can see the reality, who can see the truth. We want to follow these people, and that will awaken us to the real goal of life. It will lead us to the real goal of life. So we have to hear. We need to have these kind of heroes, you know, Nowadays, you know, you go to people's homes, you'll see they have big pictures of some movie star or some football player or some, you know, politician. Sometimes politicians are also famous, you know. If you can make a lot of money with the help of a politician, then you'll worship him. There was, Prabhupada said, there was one man, he was worshipping Hitler because he made so much money from Hitler during the war. He was able to make a lot of money, so he was worshipping Hitler. So people like that, we will worship people who will fulfill our material desires. But we should have not just material desires, we should have spiritual desires. And we need to worship people who can lead us on the path of enlightenment, who can lead us to God. We need to follow these people. Mahat Sevam Dwara Mahor Vimuktes. When we serve the devotees like that, when you serve the Mahatmas, then it opens the doors to liberation. Just like Narada Muni, he was serving the Mahatmas. And because he served the Mahatmas, he became a great devotee. Next life, he became the son of Lord Brahma. Narada Muni was only a little boy. He was with his mother, no father, just the mother that was there, and he was helping his mother. His mother was serving in a guest house, and the sadhus came there, these mendicants, these Baba, the very renounced persons, they came there. And Narada Muni was helping his mother serve them. He would bring their food to them. And they would speak to him, and they encouraged him. They saw he was a very good boy. He did not talk nonsense. He didn't play nonsense games. He was very serious and controlled. And they gave mercy to him. One day they even allowed him to eat the remnants of their food. And by eating the remnants of their food, he became greatly enlightened. And then they taught him how to meditate, and they taught him what to meditate on. It's not just how to meditate, but what do you meditate on? What to fix your mind on? So they taught him about the personality of Godhead, and they described him. And Narada Muni was able to meditate like that. And he was able to become enlightened. And next life he took birth as the son of Lord Brahma. And as Narada Muni, he's a spaceman, and he travels all over the material and spiritual world. He can go into the spiritual world even. And wherever he goes, he's chanting the holy name, and he's delivering people, giving them spiritual knowledge. So we want to follow people like that. We want to be inspired by these great people, these great personalities. People get inspired. If somebody's very rich, people think, oh, he's so great, he's so rich. How did he get all this money? He cheated so many people, he lied and cheated and made a lot of money. They think, oh, he's a very great man. So there's so many people like that. We want to understand who are the great personalities. So the great personalities are those who transcend birth and death. They give up the material world, they go back to Godhead. They're the really great personalities. So, when we surrender to Krishna, then everything is provided. It's mentioned here. If we've surrendered to Krishna, then you obtain a long life, wealth, good reputation, good fortune, and ultimately the opportunity to return home back to God. So that is the real goal of life, that we want to get out of this material world, because wherever we are in the material world, There's no security anywhere here in this world. You may have a great wealth, a great fortune, 1 minute, next minute it can all be lost. Yeah? There was this one man in Hong Kong, he was a businessman. He was making toys and he was exporting toys to America. So he had a big shipment of toys and it all went off to America. When they got to America, the customs inspected it and said, no, these are no good, that this paint is poisonous, and anybody, you know, if they touch this paint, if they smell this paint, or if children put it in their mouth, they could die. So it all has to be thrown in the sea. All the whole cargo got thrown in the sea. So the man lost all of his money. Before he was very rich, next minute he had no money. He killed himself, committed suicide because no money. So people do like that. They don't know how to handle problems. When problems come, we have to know how to deal with them. So a devotee will handle the problems by taking shelter of Krishna. We surrender to Krishna. We take shelter of the holy name and engage more in hearing and chanting. We have to learn to overcome all the obstacles of the material world. There will always be obstacles in this world. This is a world of birth and death. So there are so many problems, so many obstacles. But if we take shelter of Lord Krishna, we can overcome all the obstacles. Maharaj Sukadeva Goswami is telling Maharaj Parikshit that you can get so many material things from Krishna. You know, wealth, a long life, reputation. All people in the material world, people want these things. But a devotee is not much interested in these things. This is not very important for a devotee. Long life. Shankaracharya was in this world for only 32 years, but he did great things. And Lord Chaitanya was only here 48 years, but he did wonderful things. So Prabhupada said, better a moment of full consciousness than a lifetime like a tree. You know, if you have the consciousness of a tree, and the tree may live hundreds of years, but what is the consciousness? So 1 moment of full consciousness is more important than the long life. So just to have a long life is not very important for a devotee. But consciousness is important. And to have a great fortune, to have a lot of money, that is also not very much desirable for a devotee. You have a lot of money, you attract the wrong people. All the wrong people. The people want to enjoy your money. And we see some of the richest people in the world are the most miserable, the most unhappy people.
Michael Jackson.
Huh?
It was a popular Michael Jackson, popular dancer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was he rich?
Yeah, he was famous, very rich.
Yes.
But yes. And he committed suicide at the end of the life.
No,
I'm not sure it is suicide.
Didn't
No,
commit suicide.
no.
I think he was killed.
Killed.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He was killed.
No, killed by somebody.
he had some
Problems.
He took some injection.
Yes.
He took some injection and it had
Yes.
bad effects on him. Cause,
Yes.
He changed his face.
huh?
Yes.
He changed his face
Yeah.
to look like the wife or something.
To look more white.
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 Yeah.
That's a pity.
Yeah, people, you see, fame and money it just brings more problems. So, although you can get these things if you want them, but it's not recommended for devotees. You get a lot of fame, you get a lot of money, you get a lot of problems, a lot of things.
But if a devotee gets it, maybe he uses it in...
Yeah, if you use it carefully, use it for the service of Krishna, that's
then
good.
he will be happy.
Yeah. But a devotee, it's not like a devotee is anxious to get these things. If he doesn't have them, he doesn't worry about it. You know, we have to, whatever is Krishna's plan for us. Yeah, if Krishna gives a lot of money, right, you can use it for Krishna.
But, yeah, right.
Some people do that. We see some people like, you know.
George Harrison,
Yeah.
Yes.
he
Bought the money.
printed the
And
Krishna book.
printed the Krishna book. Yeah, you can do a lot of service. And if you have fame, you can use your fame to tell people to worship Krishna. There's that woman in America, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard. Her parents are devotees and she's also a devotee. And so she's a politician. But she always she'll speak about Bhagavad Gita.
Very good.
So she tells many people about the Bhagavad Gita. So that's using her influence for encouraging people to inquire and to understand spiritual knowledge. So that's nice. Yeah, we're not against these things if you have them. We can use them. But if we're attached to them, then it's a problem. If people become too much attached, become bewildered by them, become proud, then it's a problem.
I heard out of all the material desires, to give up name and fame is the most difficult.
Of all the what?
Material desires, to give up the desire for name and fame is very difficult. Is it like that?
I don't know, I never had a name. Yeah, it may be difficult for people. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. Why? You have a lot of fame, people give you a lot of attention, people always looking at you and like that. So it can be a lot of trouble. Yeah. Oh, there's so-and-so, oh, there's... Yeah. So, Mahatma Gandhi was very famous, but people were always chanting his name, Mahatma Gandhi ki jai, Mahatma Gandhi. He couldn't tolerate it, it was unbearable for him. It was a very big problem for him. So, yeah, to give up the desire, name and fame, you get that name and fame, and then to give it up would certainly be difficult. It depends how people, if they're attached to it, if they enjoy it, then they won't want to give it up. But if they're not attached to it, then they won't worry about it. So it's important to be detached from the material and attached to the spiritual. We should be attached to the spiritual.
You said we should fix our mind on the lotus feet of Krishna.
Yes.
Which means fixing the mind means chanting his names. Is it?
Yes. Fixing the mind on Krishna means engaging in Krishna's service by chanting the name, discussing the qualities, remembering the pastimes, all of these activities.
Initially I thought we have to remember the picture of the lotus feet.
Well, That is also
there.
That's also a meditation on Krishna. So you can meditate on the different symbols on Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Right?
Yeah.
And each of these symbols, they have special significance. So you can meditate on these different symbols which are there on Lord Krishna's lotus feet. There are different markings on the sole of the feet, you see. And these different markings all have different significance. Just like there's one of the things on Krishna, there's an instrument which is used to control elephants. It's a pointed metal rod, and they stick it in the elephant, you know, to control the elephant. So that's one of the marks on Krishna's lotus feet. So it said the mind is like a stubborn elephant, and you need that prodding to control the mind.
Some people keep the lotus feet. Nowadays they are selling the lotus feet in silver. Guru Maharaj. They are selling the lotus feet in silver.
Yeah.
With the marks.
Usually keep them on the altar.
Oh, I have 2 of them. So, you can keep them on the altar just near the deities.
Yeah, they're for the deities. The lotus feet, silver lotus feet. You put them on the altar, save the deity. And then you can move the shoes. They're the shoes, right? They're the shoes.
Oh, yeah, it was like the feet with the marks.
Yeah.
But it's not like a shoe, just the feet.
Isn't there a peg? No.
No, I can show.
These are the feet from the Mahatmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is the feet from Krishna.
Yes, and Mahatma also.
No, maybe. Usually we just have the markings there, which are on Krishna's feet. We have Prabhupada's lotus feet there, but nobody. I've never seen any markings there.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen any
Can we
markings.
see the feet of Srila Prabhupada? Can we see the feet of Srila Prabhupada?
You want to see?
Yes. Please.
Well, it's there to find. I'll find one of the books in there. They've got books.
Okay.
In. I'll show you.
Yes.
You got them?
No, good Lord. It's here. Here, yeah. Oh, it's here. It's like a pendant, huh?
These are the shoes.
I think it's the model is like not the shoes, just the markings.
Yeah. Usually they're shoes, you know.
Yes.
These are made like this. These are for hanging on the neck or something. Right, it's a pendant you can put it.
Neck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not for keeping near the deities, right?
No.
This one.
The one you keep on the deities will be a shoe.
Like this, you see, like this, for example. This for my guru's feet. Guru's pada.
So, but
She's you know Mata Amritanandamayi Devi.
huh?
Mata Amritanandamayi Devi from Kerala.
Yeah.
Like this. Yes.
Amritamaya.
Amritanandamayi. She's coming. Yes.
Amrita Ananda.
Andamayi, yeah, coming from Kerala state.
Oh.
Amritapuri, there is an ashram there. There are many ashrams also in Europe.
So anyway, the lotus feet, we meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. You meditate on the different markings You can see the different markings there, the umbrella, like that, to protect us from the Maya. Right? Krishna's lotus feet are like an umbrella, and then there's the lotus flower, which is a symbol of auspiciousness and opulence. There's each of the different symbols, each of the different markings which are there, they have some significance. So remembering the lotus feet, we approach Krishna through the lotus feet. We don't look up on the face first, we look at the feet first, right? We look down and then you look up gradually. So we should begin from the lotus feet. So it's important when we worship the Lord, we worship from the feet up.
Yes.
So while we dress up the deities, we should make the feet visible. When we dress up the deities, we have to make the feet visible.
Make the feet visible.
So that we can see.
Well, not Radharani's feet.
Okay.
But
Krishna, Chaitanya's.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Why not Shri Radha?
Well, there's just that culture that the woman will cover the feet.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So we meditate on the lotus feet, and then the meditation progresses. From the lotus feet, then you meditate gradually up the different limbs in the body of the Lord. So the Srimad Bhagavatam represents the different limbs. The first two cantos of the Bhagavatam are like the lotus feet of Krishna. So when we're studying Srimad Bhagavatam, it's good to begin from the first two cantos and get the first two cantos understood. Then you can understand more about Krishna. Then you can go on to the other cantos. And we should study the Srimad Bhagavatam from the beginning. Of course, I'm reading from the fourth canto, but we began in the beginning, long. Every day we will go one verse a day, like that. And this way there's 18,000 verses, and you can spend the whole life.
18,000 verses. Oh my Krishna.
You can spend 60 years to study the Bhagavad.
It's really amazing how Srila Prabhupada managed to translate all the 18,000 verses. Right, Guru Maharaj?
No, he didn't finish it. And he passed away. He was in the 10th canto, and he passed away. So, but he'd instructed his disciple to finish it. There was another devotee, one of his disciples who was a scholar in Sanskrit.
Hridayananda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he finish it?
Yeah, he's finished it now.
We have the whole Srimad Bhagavatam in French also.
Oh yes.
We have a set here.
Very good. Okay.
Now in my inside. You can take it.
You're better to read the English though.
Okay.
Because sometimes the translation may not be so accurate. Yeah. When things get translated, then.
Yes.
Yeah, if you know it.
But because your English is okay, so you're better to read the English.
Yeah.
Many people learned English just by reading the books.
Yeah, right.
Yes. True.
This Bhagavad Gita and all this, it's been written in very good English, high English.
Yeah, really. I learned a lot of words also. Of course, Prabhupada had some editors. Some devotees would edit, you know. because sometimes maybe the grammar was not so good or so. Okay, so tomorrow we'll go on to the 5th canto.
Okay.
The 5th canto.
Canto we will start.
And we'll hear about Priyavrata.
Priyavrata.
Priyavrata was one of the sons of Swayambhuva Manu. Swayambhuva Manu had 2 sons. One was Uttanapada, who was the father of Dhruva, Dhruva Maharaj's son. And the other son was Priyavrata. So we'll hear about him first. There were kings a long time ago, at the beginning of the day of Brahma.
Satya Yuga.
Yeah.
Not this Satya Yuga, many Satya Yugas
the
before,
beginning,
right?
the beginning of the day of Brahma.
Because Brahma has 1,000 Chatur Yugas, right?
Yeah.
So if it is beginning of the day of Brahma, maybe the first Satya Yuga, something like that.
No.
1,000 Chatur Yugas.
Yeah, in one day of Brahma there's 1,000 Satya Yugas. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, Bhagavad Gita says 1,000 ages taken together is duration of one day. So one day of Brahma is 1,000.
So long.
Yeah, and it's the four yugas, right?
4 yugas.
Yeah.
So there is 1,000 Satya Yugas, there is 1,000 Kali Yugas.
Yeah.
But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't come in every Kali Yuga.
He comes only at one time in a day of Brahma.
So he has come this Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
So we are really fortunate, right?
Yeah.
In other Kali Yugas
In
also.
other Kali Yugas, some other person will come, who's not the personality of Godhead, but who's an avatar, and they'll come. Some avatar will come, but not at this time. This is the personality of Godhead, the original
Personality
Supreme person
came.
who's coming. So.
Yeah. Krishna himself came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself came as Krishna in this Kali Yuga, right? 5,000 years back.
Yes, right.
Usually, through Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, there will be some avatar coming.
Yes, right.
It's that's why they are confused. Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu.
Yes, some Krishnas are avatars, right? They're not all.
Yeah, but this Yuga, it's really special.
Yes, this Yuga.
They said previous Krishnas, who was avatar of Garbhodaka Sai Krishna, he comes, but he doesn't perform this pastimes of Rasalila, very like this kind of pastimes is not there. Is it true, Guru Maharaj? Or
I don't know. The Krishna comes. Other yugas where he will come. I don't know about Rasalila, but he will come. You speak the Bhagavad Gita. That will happen. Usually, he'll re-establish the Dharma.
That Krishna can be an avatar of Vishnu.
So, like I said, when you look in the English dictionary, it may say Krishna, 8th avatar of Vishnu.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Yes. But there's that's the other Krishnas, But there's one Krishna who is not the avatar of Vishnu, but who's the original person.
Okay.
He comes with all the full opulence.
He will come only one time in a day of Brahma.
Only one time, which means like
1,000 ages.
So this one came in 5,000 years back, right?
Right.
So
And Chaitanya also comes only one time.
Yeah.
In one time, right?
Yeah.
In this Kali Yuga.
Okay.
That's why it's a special opportunity for us.
Yeah. We need opportunity, right? We're fortunate.
Yeah.
We have to take advantage of the opportunity to become Krishna conscious, to go back home, back to Godhead. And that we're so fortunate. We have the mercy, the opportunity of hearing about Lord Chaitanya and hearing about Lord Krishna. And we have to take advantage and just become absorbed in remembering these things. Make it easy for us to go back home, back to Godhead. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhakti Narasimha Maharaj ki jai,
Ekadasi ki
jai, Pandava Ekadasi ki jai.